Chapter 56. Rose. The young lass was very well known. Of course, should be. 'Twas, after all, her home. Were you serious back there? I mean, that chandlery affair? Maybe, as soon as we're grown. Do you think you're right about John? That he killed your brother and Pa? That he tried to kill you? That he'd be so cold? There was loads of gold in that hold. I remember we transferred a ton. Yes, Morgan, no doubt at all in my mind. And he knows he's not being maligned. But I have no proof, and he acts so aloof. Right now I'm just flying blind. Rose. He called you Rose. That's charming. Is that right? Well, Mr. Morgan Harmony, I like Roseanna, or Roseanna Lynn. When we're married, maybe, just maybe, you can call me Rose, but not till then. I flushed. She had shocked me yet again. Where to now? I asked her. We've still plenty of light. Will you give your dearest friend the grand tour of Marseilles? Time for that tomorrow. We've things to do today. But I'll show you all the little boroughs before we leave Marseilles. Relief flooded through and o'er my mind at just that tiny two-letter we. I feared we'd leave. She'd stay behind to run her business at the port of Marseilles. Morg, the look on your face just now, like you were bursting over with pleasure. Oh, she must have read my thoughts somehow. I reached for her and I hugged her. My mind was working overtime. She hugged me back, put her hand in mine. Oh, I'm just glad we pulled you from the brine. Morgan Harmony. Nothing more you'd like to say to me? Chapter 57. The Chandlery. The chandlery was situated toward the end of the harbor where boats and ships waited to fill up their larders. We had already moored our craft further up the inlet, and besides there was no room to swing her aft, and 'twas a walk but just a minute. As Roseanna and I walked hand in hand, I'm sure I saw her look at Cap. Strange, I thought, and he nodded back. Then he and a few came down the ramp. Aunt Harmy was among them. With pen, snell, hammer, and nails, and my goodness, all totaled, I believe at least 20 of them got shore leave. I thought, uh-oh, this may not end well. For every ship that comes to port, the town folks worry over sailor sport. Many a father's daughters kept in chambers, and many a daughter's mother well remembers. And it was so even with the shark. And even though her reputation had preceded our arrival, and even though 'twas quite well known we'd weekly readings from the Bible, and even though the shark alone had conquered scores of pirate rivals, and even though the chandlery's own blessed the shark for her survival, still in all, when they came in from the sea, they were, after all, but sailors. So, as 20 of us or more trudged down the path toward the chandler's store, we met up with the sheriff and 3 men. Greetings! I understand it's Captain Willum. To Aunt Harmy, greetings, ma'am. He turned then, hat still in hand, said, Welcome home, Roseanna Lynn. Captain, state your business, please. It's obvious to buy supplies, but any other reason for the visit? Yes, we'd be dry docking here for sure. I'd say 3 days, maybe 4. And then the lass has business at the store. Now, none of those is a criminal act now, is it? Captain, let me make this plain. France is now at war with Spain. Yet a warship of notoriety sails in my harbor peacefully. Do you see how nervous that makes me? So I'll ask you once again. And the answer, Cap replied, is still the same. A gathering group had overheard and formed a circle round, listening carefully to our words to judge if we were sound. Said one, "Is this the ship that captured 3 and took 'em to Bastia?" "Aye, Meg, that it be, and rescued old Medea. Took him to the magistrate and even got his land for him." "Why, that must be the lady there who fixed him up and others. And there's Miss Roseanna Lynn, a little thin." I couldn't hear the rest of what was said. I listened to the sheriff's words instead. "1 week only, Captain, from today. Then you, the shark and crew, be on your way." "I knew not of any war," our Captain Willum stated, "but when the filth is off our hull, and the lass is satisfied as well, we'll not need to tarry more." The trap had now been baited, and the cap and crew just waited. The sheriff, filled with curiosity, replied, "What do you mean by satisfied?" Said Cap, "Why, when we're done with why we've come." "I seem to be in the middle of a bit of a riddle, and I seem to be stuck right in the middle." By now the lawman was a bit agitated. "Sir," I began, but I was pinched, so I waited. The sheriff spat at me. "What, boy? What say you?" "Oh, now, what do I do?" Well, sir," I did begin, although I knew 'twas a sin. "Most of the crew needs new clothing. Old ones on ship getting moldy. So Cap brought a few crew to take back some new." "That'll do," he cried. Oh, he knew I lied. "Just 1 week, and no more, as I told you." Now that's when James came running up the boards. "Name of Jal," he cried. "I remember now the name. When I saw it afterwards, I checked when I got back inside. He paid 20 silver for some pulleys and some sprockets, some rum and some blankets, and signed his name bold on the docket." Well, the sheriff wasn't yet gone. He said, "What's all this? What's going on?" So Miss Lynn at this point couldn't wait, brought the lawman up to date. Sheriff glared at me and he cried, "I knew you were lying, lad." But Aunt Harmy stepped up and denied. "Oh, no, not so. For sure, he'll be buying, just as he said." And so, Shark's crew came down in tens to shop for their new shirts and pants. Even got new underwear. Aunt Harmy said it was fair. Oh, I learned a big lesson there. It hurt, though. After all, they were spending my gold. Next morning, we sat in a parlor with her brother, her aunt, and a lawyer in the chandlery's office in back. Some said from a strong heart attack lay John. Poor chap was gone. Aunt Zoe was made a full partner. The Shark, while sitting in dry dock, had her hull retarred and recalked. Nails and hammer went to work inside her, put one large square window down in the hold to let in sunlight and fresh air. Made such a difference down there. Next, they built Doc a sick bay with 6 bunks for him and Aunt Harmy. "A place we can work on the sick or the hurt and not turn a sailor away." Lime worked a lot with those two, was learning a trade as he grew. He was learning so well, soon be tagging Heinz Snell, and I was right proud of him too. So along comes the sheriff and 3 men. "Cap Willum, your week's at an end. Time you be moving along. We've hidden our daughters. Now get out of French water so they can walk round town once again." A hearty laugh at the sheriff's rhyme. We waved at Marseilles one last time. Now, everyone on the deck had new clothes. At Penn's signal, overboard went all our old. Our hull now scraped clean, a satisfied Roseanna Lynn, so we pulled up anchor to go. Chapter 58. Help, sir, please. From the time we hit the open sea, our sailing, it was splendid. The sails we saw were a fishing fleet. No pirates, corsairs did we meet. 'Twas like all strife had ended. Skirted Montpelier, then Narbonne, continued south toward Barcelona. Scripture readings continued on. Last Sunday's was about Jonah. He was sleeping during a storm. Well, 'twas God that caused the wind. Sailors threw him overboard where a big fish swallowed him. Took him all the way back to Nineveh. Spent 3 days in that thing. Aunt Harmy says 'twas over east by Syria, and he was trying to get to Spain. Anyway, that fish spit Jonah out right there on the shore. God said, "Jonah, preach and shout. That's what I brought you for." So Jonah preached day and night, and all the folks repented. Lots and lots of Ninevites, and it happened right here on the Med. That's what Aunt Harmy said. We continued south, skirting the coast, out 60 or 80 miles at most. Passing fishermen would share their catch. Cap was wary. This couldn't last. Tuesday noon, we're in French waters, heading south for Spain. Klein from Nest. "Ship! No sails, no color, sir. Nothing is what she's wearing." "Let's take a closer look," says Cap. "Figgins, man the guns. Could be indeed a ship in need. Could be some crafty ones." Sea was calm. Sun was high as we swiftly closed the distance. We opened gun port starboard side, but she offered no resistance. About a quarter mile from us, some bloke jumped in and started swimming. I scanned the railing with my glass, waving children and mostly women. Mars and I kept glasses on her, Klein and Cap the same. The fella in the water was nearly drowned, but game. First mate Penn tossed him a line, but wouldn't let him board the shark. Healthy or ill, we needed to find just who was aboard this ark. The plague? Well, no, that's a thing of the past. Yellow fever? Should be flying a signal up the mast. But nothing. Why? Cap leaned over the rail and asked, "Who's aboard yonder craft? Where are you bound? We've scoured you now, both fore and aft. Ship looks good and sound." Fella in the water was still gasping from the swimming. But when Cap heard the answer, why, he was talking to a woman. "Help, sir! Please help us! We don't know how to sail!" Cap, in shock, let out a cuss. "Penn, Bertie, bring her up!" Then turned round to the rest of us who were standing at the rail. "Morgan, get your auntie in the dock. Tell 'em on the double.